Hey love bugs, it's me, Miss Carlillo. I'm sorry I can't be with you, but you know that I love you very, very much. But I wanted to let you know that I talk to Mrs. Cruz all the time. And if it wasn't for Mrs. Cruz, I wouldn't get to be here in the hospital with my number one love bug, my son Troy. So I want to thank you for doing such a good job and making sure that you're doing your very best there at school so that when I come back, you're going to be ready to go. So it's up to Mrs. Cruz to help you, but you have a big part of that. You have to be sure that you're doing everything that I would expect you to do when I'm not there. That means being a good friend, doing your homework. Yes, homework. Homework is a huge part of third grade. And guys, third grade is tough, but you can do it, but you can't give up. If you give up and you don't try, it's going to be so much harder this year. I promise you that Mrs. C is going to work really hard with you like Mrs. Cruz is going to do, and we just love you so much. So I want to thank everybody that's doing a great job so far. I have heard you had an awesome week. This is your first week of third grade. Woohoo! You're crazy, Mrs. C. That's me. Can't wait to be with you. I really can't. But I want to give a special shout out. I'm going to start doing this. When I check with Mrs. Cruz, I'm going to see who's doing their very best. And I want to give a big shout out to Kiesia and Sloan. Look, I wrote your names. Oh, it's backwards. Hopefully that'll flip for you. Because you did such an awesome job. I heard that you gave up your seat for someone else so that they would have a better space to learn, and that's really important. There's not a lot of things that Mrs. C loves more than being a good friend. We don't always have to hang out and do stuff together after school, but we're a family, and when we're together in our classroom, we need to make sure that we're being kind and considerate to everyone, and that's huge to Mrs. C. So that's my first couple people. Then I also want to give a shout out to Giselle and Aubrey. It's backwards. I hope it flips, but you can see your name backwards. Woohoo! And to my Matthew and Maddox. I have heard that you guys have been awesome learners. I've heard that you have been participating, you've been asking questions, you've been doing all your work, and that is absolutely fantastic for Mrs. C. So those 6 people right now get to stop what they're doing. They get to walk over to Mrs. C's treasure box, and you get to pick out whatever you want. And you get it right now. Yeah, it's true. Yes, you do. So I'm not going to do that all the time. But I want you to know that I am extremely proud of you, 6 people, for doing what you did, but also to everybody that's listening to Mrs. Cruz, because I couldn't be here with my baby boy if it wasn't for her. So I need you to be doing your best, because I will be watching. You know, like Santa? That's kind of like me. I'm going to be watching all the time. You never know. I might send special stuff in the mail to you. You don't know. If I can, I might pop by. You don't know. But I'm going to be watching and hearing what names are coming up and who's doing their very best. And you can email me if you need to. If you're having trouble or you have a question and Miss Cruz is trying to help you, but you want me to, you just email me and I'll be right there for you. Just remember, I love you and I believe in you. This is going to be a hard year, but you can do it. This means, do you see that? Take your thumb out, take out your pointer and your pinky. That means in sign language, I love you. And you'll see me do this a lot. Okay, so you might not know me that well yet, but I already love you. Be good. I'm going to be watching. Congratulations to my friends who won. Woo!